Okay, hello everyone. I see somebody has started to come in here. My name is Jody Jackson, and I am a manifestation coach. I am with Restore You Coaching and Reiki, and this is actually my first time on this platform for Life Coach University, so I'm super excited about it. I learned about it not too long ago. It's just such an amazing platform and what they do here. So welcome to Life Coach University yourself. If you've never been here before, welcome back if you have. And I absolutely adore how they do this. I'm coming to pay it forward to you, to give you some life lessons, hopefully, maybe something to help you take away. And if you feel so inspired, I implore you to pay it forward yourself. Hi, Mira. Um, so you can pay it forward any way you like. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be something small. It could be giving someone a smile on the street. It could be complimenting somebody. I'll be talking about these things later, again, also the same types of things, so you can get ideas and do whatever calls to you to pay it forward. And then with that, I know the university loves to hear about how you did pay it forward. So if you want to even go a step further, you can email Life Coach University at hello@lifecoachuniversity.com and tell them how you paid it forward. They would love to hear it. So, okay, so let's get started. I'm so excited about this. So you might see me reading a little bit because I get off track really easily, and I'm going to try not to do that. I know we have a certain amount of time, and I'd love if you have questions to ask any questions that you have. I love interaction. So here we go. First thing I'd love for you to do is have a pen and paper if you don't already. So if you have any takeaways that you love, you can remember them. If you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask the questions as we're going, or you can wait until we're finished. You could do that too. And there's some exercises, if you don't mind. There's some exercises, really simple, short ones that could really be helpful to you. So if you want to write those down too. So a pen and paper can be handy if you want. So let's talk about the universe. This is how to use the universe to manifest your wildest dreams. When I say universe, people think of different ways of saying it. I love saying the universe or source. Some people say spirit. So there are different ways that different religions, different spiritualities connect to source or the universe. Jews, for instance, connect to God. Muslims, they connect to Allah. Hindus, they connect to Brahman, which is the supreme God force that is formless. Okay, so those are ones where they are formless, right? They're not humans on this earth. Then there's other ones where religions like Christianity look to Jesus, or Buddhists look to the Buddha. They were humans on this earth, but just blossomed into these amazing humans that just knew more and knew how to harness the universe. And now some of us look to them. Then there are even humans that are just amazing humans on this earth, like the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama was inspired by people like Mahatma Gandhi. Then there's Mother Teresa, just amazing humans that are all about love and peacefulness and, just being in a higher vibration, which we'll talk about. So the reason I mention all of these different entities or people is because they all have one thing in common. They all look to the, if they're not the universe already, they all look to the universe for as their guides. Okay. So, there's Jesus, or there's Buddha, or, there's these amazing people I mentioned on this earth. They already look to the universe. That's how they know to do it. So we're going to explore the same thing. We're not going to explore Jesus or the Buddha or the people, that inhabit this earth already. We're going to look who they look to and what they get out of it so they can be who they are. Okay. So, looking to the universe is like speaking a different language, because it's something we have to practice doing. We're not brought up to do this. We're brought up, in fact, to do the opposite. We're brought up to be strong and to be brave and to not show emotion. Don't ask for help. You should be able to do this all on your own. These are things that actually defy the universe. They defy being human and what it means to be human. They actually block the universe working for us and helping us. And it's why we don't get what we want. We can't have these blocks, or we're not going to get what we want. We want to do the opposite of what these things are. We want to be human. We want to be our authentic truth. We want to show who we really are. Showing who we really are, let me just mention the universe, God, source, spirit, it knows what we already are already. It made us, so it knows what we are. If we don't ask for what we want in our truth, we're not going to get it, because we need to be who we are when we're asking. Okay, does that make sense? Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. Okay. I'll go into them either during or at the end. We'll see how this goes. We'll just let it flow, which is what I like to do. Okay, so it's learning a different language. It's practicing and practice, 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 like we do with everything else that we love to do or that we want to learn, right? So, okay. So, we are going to talk about the ego next, okay? The ego is part of our superconscious. Our superconscious is 90% of our mind. That's nuts, right? 90% of our mind. 10% is our conscious. So what we ultimately want to do is get things out of our subconscious and bring them into our conscious. Because when they're in our conscience, they're not ego anymore. They're now in our conscience. We have control of what we want to do. So the whole goal here actually is to bring things out of our superconscious into our conscious. Okay, get those things out of the ego. The ego is not a bad thing, by the way. The ego has its purpose. The ego is there to protect us. It's been with us since the dawn of time, when humans were first made, when humans are around with the dinosaurs, and the ego had a great use. Get out of there. Don't be eaten by the dinosaur. Protect yourself, right? But we're in a completely different time now, and we don't need that sort of protection anymore. So we can talk to the ego like another person. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't think of like that. When some kind of negativity is with you and some kind of feeling is with you that you don't want, you can talk to it, because ultimately everything is energy. including your thoughts. And you can talk to that energy and say, thank you. And the reason you're saying thank you is because you want to be grateful for everything in life. The universe responds to being grateful, whether it's good or bad. Everything's a lesson, and you want to be grateful, including your ego trying to hold you back. So you be grateful to your ego. You say thank you, but you also say, I really want this. I know what I want. I know what I want to do, and I got this. So you can separate from me for this. I thank you for all the things you do, but I got this. And then see how you feel. See how you feel with that. So with that, we are going to, before we get into the steps of how to manifest, we're going to do an exercise. If any of you are familiar with breathing, it's called the box breath. So I want you to do this box breath. So I want you to close your eyes. And with your eyes closed and you don't have all these other senses going on with you, I want you to feel what your body's feeling right now. And if you feel any tenseness, I want you to let it go. I want you to try to let those muscles go that are tense in your body. I want you to let your shoulders drop. We keep a lot of tension in our shoulders. I want you to let your jaw relax because we keep a lot of tension in our jaws. If the roof of your mouth, if your tongue, is on the roof of your mouth, I know I do that. That's why I bring it up. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth and just let it float in your mouth, okay? You want to let everything relax. Now, the box breath is 4 parts of the breath to 4 counts of 4. So before we do it, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to breathe in 4 counts. When I say breathe in, I want you to breathe in to where you're comfortable. We're going to hold it for 4. We're going to breathe out for 4. And we're going to hold it for 4 again. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so here we go. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. And hold for 4. Going to do that 2 more times. Ready? Breathe in for 4. Breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. And hold for 4. One more time. Breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're done. One thing people don't think about is holding at the bottom of their breath. Everyone loves to hold at the top of their breath, but holding at your bottom of the breath is actually just as important and can be more relaxing to hold at the bottom of your breath. So if that's uncomfortable for you, you can practice it and you can get there. So now I want you to feel how you feel after this box breath. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel a little bit more present? You feel a little bit more focused? Because that's how you want to feel when you want to start asking for your manifestations to happen. You want to feel grounded and you want to feel present. So now let's start with the step one of manifesting, which we partly just did, which is clearing your mind. You want to clear your mind. So you did that a little bit just now, but sometimes people need a little bit more help cleaning their mind. I call all that stuff in the mind the monkey mind. And basically what that is stuff you're thinking about in your past and things you're thinking about what ifs in the future. And you just need to get rid of all of that to be able to manifest. So that's what the box breath will help. But other modalities help too. Some people love meditation. If you could sit there and be still for maybe 20 minutes, that's a great way to clear your mind. But some people, by just sitting there, including me, I have a hard time doing this, things still come into the mind. And even though we've heard, if we've tried to do meditation, that's okay. Let it flow, let it go, and just come back to center again and do it every time. And that's great if that's what calls to you. If not, there's plenty of things you can do for movement if that calls to you. You can do yoga. You can do Tai Chi, which is amazing because that's breathing and moving together, which I'm a big fan of. You can do tapping. Even though you're just sitting or standing, you're tapping in certain points on your face, on your wrists, on your body, and that brings you into center. My favorite is nonlinear movement, where you're moving to music however you want. You're moving your arms, you're moving your body, you're moving your legs. Or if you don't love moving, but you want to try it, the only thing you really need to do is move something. Even if you just want to sit there and move your fingers, move your hands to the beat of the music. And what you want in your mind when you're doing the movement is however you want to feel. Whatever makes you happy is what you want to think about that whole time. So it could be the length of a song that you love. It could be whatever music or beat that you want it to be. If you love a beat of a drum, if you love binaural beats, if you know what that is, it could be anything. Another type of meditation that is not just sitting there is a walking meditation. It's another one I enjoy because I'm not talking about just regular walking. I'm talking about putting one foot in front of the other, literally, toes to heels and walking. You do this slowly so you can keep in balance. And to keep in balance, you really need to be here, front and center, here and now, to be able to do that. So all of these things can bring you to center and make you present and focused. So anything that calls to you, give it a try. If you try one and you don't like it, try another. Ask a friend. If there's something on this list that I'm telling you, see if somebody knows how to do something else. Keep it all very easy, very natural. That's the way to manifest. Easy and natural, right? We're going the opposite of what we've been taught. We're going to this new language that's so much easier to do once you practice it and you get used to it. I promise you, if you practice this, okay? So step two. Step two is to set an intention. And this actually has two parts in step two. So step A is to actually set the intention of what you want, okay? And really be your truth with what you want this intention to be. Remember, the universe knows you. The universe knows who you are and what you're about. So your intention if you want a big house, if you want lots of money, if you want superficial things, if it's coming from that superficial place, maybe that big house and that money is not coming from a superficial place. I don't want to come off like that. But if it is superficial, the universe is going to know. And good chance you might not get that. Okay. You want to set an intention that comes from your soul, your true self. You want to be honest. Again, you want to show who you really are. Be vulnerable. It's just you. Nobody else has to be around. So you can be your true self. And if you need to practice that, then practice it. Do these modalities we were talking about. Do whatever you know you need to do to be your authentic self. Okay? And you set that intention. Now, I've tried different ways of setting intentions. I've tried asking for intentions that are specific, and I've tried asking for intentions that are general. Why not? Give it a try. Try with something really small, maybe something you want to happen tomorrow. See if it works. In my opinion, and what has worked for me is to try. You want to set an intention for something that's specific. Be specific as you can. Okay, because what you also want to do is feel it. And it's much easier to feel something specific than something is general. Okay, so you set that intention and be specific. The next thing you want to do, the part B to this step, is to take action towards it. You can't just set the intention, put it away, and hope it happens. Not how the universe works. That's a little too easy, right? We do need to work at it. We do need to show the universe that we really want this. And that means to take a step forward, right? So if you want a certain job, a certain kind of job in a certain field, maybe you can write up a brand new resume if that's not in your wheelhouse right now. Write up the resume, and really all that's you need to do. If you want to go a step further, send it out to places that you know you want to send it out to. Just show the universe you mean it and you're willing to do something about it. Okay. If it's a vacation you want to take, start looking into that vacation. Start looking up information about the place you want to go. Show the universe that this is what you really want. Okay. Now, when I say be specific, because you want to feel it, you want to engulf yourself in what you want to manifest. Okay. You want to feel it and be it with all your senses. Okay. All 5 senses that we have. You want to taste it. What does it feel like? What does it look like? You want to be it and engulf yourself in it. Okay. That is emitting an energy that you want to show the universe. And the universe is all about energy. And we'll get to that too. Okay. So there's the 2 steps. You want to set the intention, be specific, and you want to take a step towards that intention. Okay. So step 3, let's see what the time is here. Okay. So I'm going to watch the time because I can really go off the rails because I'm really passionate about this. Okay. So step 3 is thinking about it often. Okay. Step 3 is not just setting the intention and putting something forward to it, but keeping it in the back of your mind and in the front of your mind. It should always be in the back of your mind. You always want it there. Okay. But what are you going to do to keep thinking about it? Maybe you write it on a piece of paper and put it on your bedside. I know I have a client that said he's going to get a dry erase board and put it at the foot of his bed in his bedroom. So when he wakes up in the morning and he goes to sleep every night, he sees that and it reminds him of what he really wants. Okay. Maybe you want to put it as your wallpaper on your computer so you see it every day. You want it there all the time. And if you can't, put it in the back of your mind for now, in that 10%, in your conscious part of your brain or your mind. So it's always there. Okay. And then besides thinking about it, every once in a while, maybe once or twice a week, ask the universe, say, hey, what's up? I'm really trying. I really want this to happen. And you can also actually, by the way, if you want it to happen by a certain time, give it a time limit. Say when you want it to happen. That's, that can be a part of the specificity. I usually get that word wrong. So say that too, and if you want to just try with something small, say, can this happen tomorrow? Right? And see if it happens. And if it doesn't, we'll go into that too, what you can do, okay, if something doesn't work out for you. Because ultimately, the universe knows what's best for us, but we'll also get into that. So try it. Keep thinking about it, and just keep it in your mind. Don't let it go away. Have it at your desk during the day at work. So in these little moments when you're not busy, you can think about it again. Okay? So you're going to keep it in there. So let's talk about mistakes. Because I want to talk about mistakes because of how people think of mistakes, how we're brought up to think of mistakes. Okay? If we were brought up to think of a mistake as a good thing, it's for us to learn. Imagine how we would be navigating through our life as we make those mistakes, but we're not. We're brought up to think that mistakes are a bad thing. Okay. We're kids, we're little ones, and we stumble and fall. We're learning to walk. So our parents might come and, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Are you okay? Right? And we cry. We think, what's wrong? What did we do wrong? So we're learning this from a really early age when we make mistakes. Oh, it's okay. You'll do again later. It'll be better. Right? We're not, they don't react as if it's a mistake. This is how we learn. What did you learn from this? What did it teach you? Right? Very different. Right? So we grow up having these emotions and these negative emotions at that. Every time we make a mistake, we get embarrassed. We feel bad about ourselves. It's the ego shows up, right? Oh, maybe you should have done that. I told you you shouldn't have done that. It's our ego trying to protect us again. And those emotions are low frequency emotions. Again, that's energy, and I'll get into that in a second. But what if we knew that a mistake is supposed to happen, right? We can only be told so much to be taught, right? When you're in college or a university or whatever school you're in or whatever someone is teaching you to do, are you more comfortable sitting there and hearing it and being told what to do and writing notes? Or are you comfortable trying it and see you've made a mistake and you've tried it again and you get better at it, right? What teaches you more? Being told or actually doing it? So we have to start doing it. Once we start doing it and we make that mistake, that because we've never done it before, of course we're going to make mistakes. We've never done it before. once we've done it, but if our mindset is in a different place, because we were taught, and if you weren't, I'm saying it now, let's learn to think differently about mistakes. Let's immediately, after we make the mistake, say, okay, what happened here? What was the mistake that we made? So, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. So what can we do differently next time? What am I going to do next time? Because I'm going to do this again. This is how I'm going to learn to be great at it, right? So what are we going to do next time? If we're thinking like that, we're not in those negative emotions, those low frequencies. If we're thinking like that, we're in those higher frequency, a higher energy state. Which do you think is going to get you faster to learn how to do this? Lower emotions and a lower frequency state, or better, higher emotions in a higher frequency state? Those higher emotions are acceptance, compassion, gratitude, trusting yourself. Those are higher frequency emotions, and those are going to get you there faster. So that's why we need to make mistakes, and we need to stay in the right frame of mind to get there. Make sense? Okay, so now we've talked about mistakes and how they're completely okay, and how we should think of them in a very different way than we were brought up. Okay, so we've talked about mistakes. So I want to do another exercise with you. This is a grounding exercise, and you can do this like before, you know, if you don't want to do Tai Chi or the nonlinear movement or meditation or whatever that is, and this doesn't call to you, maybe this will. This is a grounding exercise I actually use. You give yourself 5 minutes or less, and it puts you in a very relaxed state if you're concentrating on it, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes again, and I want you to picture a hole at the very top of your head, okay? If you know about chakras, it's top of your head where the enlightenment chakra is, our 7th chakra, okay? Picture there's a hole right there that can let something come in. Now, I want you to picture, with your eyes closed, a beam of light coming down through the universe, through that hole, a bright, brilliant light. It's coming down through the top of your head. It's coming down your neck, your shoulders, your torso, down your arms, into your hands, and to your fingertips. Now it's going to go down your hips and through your legs, through your calves, your feet. That's the end of your feet. Now think about your whole body, and it's just filled with this bright light. Now we're not finished. Now I want you to imagine a string that is attached to the bottom of your feet that goes to the center of Gaia, the center of the earth. Now I want you to follow this string, if you can, from the bottom of your feet to the center of Gaia. And I want you to imagine that when you get to the center of Gaia, you want to see a pink light in the center with a pink crystal. And you're going to put this string around this crystal, this magnificent pink crystal. So the string is grounded there. I want you to feel the essence of the love and the compassion and the confidence for Gaia. Once you feel like you have a good a good feeling of the essence of Gaia in that center of the universe. I want you to take yourself and some of that pink light from the center and bring that pink light back up the string with you. Back up that string, back up to the bottom of your feet. Now I want you to bring that light up through your feet and back up into your body to mix with that bright, brilliant white light up through your feet, your legs, your torso, into your neck and your head, down your shoulders, down your arms into your fingers. And now you are just feeling and looking at this love inside you of this brilliant, pink, bright light mixed with that universal light. Now you're grounded to both the universe and the earth. There's one more thing that you can do. You can stop whenever you like, but I'm going to give you the whole thing, the whole enchilada. Now, I want you, with your eyes continue to be closed, I want you to take a natural breath in. And when you're breathing in, I want you to think about breathing in more love and light. And when you're breathing out, breathe out any toxicity or garbage, anything you could think of that you do not want inside you anymore. So breathe all of that out through your mouth. And you're going to breathe in that love and light again. Through your mouth or your nose. Breathe through your nose. I changed my mind. Breathe through your nose. We all make mistakes, right? I want you to breathe through your nose. And breathe out that garbage again. And you're going to do it one more time. Breathe in the love and light. And you're going to breathe out that garbage. Now, with your eyes closed still, you're going to breathe in again, the love and light. But this time, you're going to breathe a bubble of love and light around you. This is a light of protection around you. And I invite you to breathe in again as many times as you want to make that bubble bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you want to breathe in again. You can breathe out that light now to the whole room you're in. You can breathe in again. And you can breathe out too if you're in a room or the house, your entire house, or if you're in a park or outside, however much of an area you want to breathe that bubble to be. Whatever is in that bubble is now protected. Now you can open your eyes if you haven't already and feel what it feels like to be grounded with the universe above and Gaia below, and however big a bubble of protection you made to keep you safe. This is your grounding that you can use before doing the 3 steps I just taught you. This is going to help you flow. And flow is what you need to do to be able to get what you want, to be able to manifest. You flow, you do the steps. Now, what is flow? Feel how you feel right now. How do you feel? How would you describe it? You can put it in the Q&A if you want. I'm not sure if the chat works on this or not. You can put it in the chat. You can put it in the Q&A. Tell me how you're feeling right now. How relaxed are you? How grounded are you? This is what flow feels like. Flow should feel effortless. Flow should feel like everything is okay. Everything's going to be okay. When you're in a flow, things that would normally bother you, things that you may normally get angry at, you let like a wave just flow right off your shoulders. And poof, they're gone. You smile at something when you may be angry at something. You now have that positive energy to be able to access the higher frequency so nothing bothers you, right? So that's what a flow is. If you're blocked from flow, then you're not going to feel these things. You're not in your flow. And it happens. We're not always going to be in a flow. We have our ups and our downs, right? So how do you stay in a flow so you're in it more often than not? So we're talking about flow. You practice flow. How do you practice flow? By practicing flow, you put a smile on your face intentionally. Let's say you're out in public, you're out in the grocery store. Put a smile on your face when you normally don't. Let people see you around you, just smiling. They don't know what you're smiling at, but they know you're happy. That emits a positive energy, okay? What else can you do? You can compliment a stranger. You like what they're wearing? Do you like how their hair looks? Was somebody nice to you today? Let them know you appreciate that. Compliment them. What else? You can do something you like to do. I love to be around horses. I love their energy. And I love to be around water. I love water's energy. So we keep talking about the energy, and I haven't really explained, I realize, what the energy is yet, and it's getting later. So you want to exude this higher energy. Energy is basically this higher frequency, this higher vibration we talk about. Vibes, when you hear about vibes. Vibe has gotten to be a run-of-the-mill word nowadays, but vibration is still a very important, very strong thing to exude. Okay, people don't even realize it when they're saying high vibes, what it really means half the time, but you do now, and you can use it, and you do whatever you need to do to keep in that high vibration, that high energy. Okay, you can put on your favorite music while you're cleaning the house. If you don't like cleaning, you don't like to do it, you have to do it, put on music you like. Dance around to cleaning the house. Do what is going to keep you in that high energy. You know what else you can do? You can pay it forward. Paying it forward is a high energy. Paying it forward starts this domino effect of this high energy. An amazing thing to do. I love the way I feel when I pay it forward. When I've paid for someone's coffee behind me at a drive-through, so they have no idea. I just give someone a compliment. I've done some of these things that I'm suggesting. It's just a great feeling. It'll automatically put you in that higher energy. And sometimes you have to think about it. You're not in the flow and you are blocking. So you have to stop and you have to pause and you have to think, okay, I don't like where I am right now. How can I get back? So it takes work. And that's the practice that you have to do. There's so much of this practice to learn this new language that you want to do, right? So the next thing is trust. The last piece of the puzzle that you want to have is trust. You want to trust that when you put these steps that we've talked about out to the universe, how to manifest, you want to trust that it's going to happen. That's being optimistic. It can be hard. There's no proof. The thing about the following the universe is there's no proof. And there's so much science in our lives that I used to think, well, how am I going to do this? There's no proof. You know what my proof is? My proof is that it works. That's what my proof is. Science can't explain some things. So what? It can't explain it. I know that it works. And because it has worked for me, I now have the confidence to not care if other people, you know, how they think of it, if they frown on it or not. I really don't care. I know it works. Here's an example of how I know it works. My husband and I have an apartment in New York City. Anyone that knows New York City, or a big city at that, knows how hard it is to find parking on the street, right? Not rich, we can't afford a parking space. We have to have parking on the street. I actually use a tool of crystals. I keep a crystal in my car that helps with manifestations. And I sit in the car and I hold my crystal and I do these steps to manifest. So this is how little, and this is how fast you could do something to make a manifestation happen. The ride from where we live in Connecticut to New York City is 2 hours. So in the start of my ride, I do these steps to manifest. My husband is a huge science mind. He needs proof, okay? So I said, watch this. And he was driving, so I could just be, you know, calm and just relaxed, and I did the steps. Guess what? Not only did we get a space, we got a space right in front of the apartment. I didn't know that was going to happen. I just asked for a convenient space to the apartment because it looks like it's going to rain. So if it's going to rain, can I just have a close spot somewhere on my street? Do you know how many times that happened within a couple of months? I'd say maybe a good 5 times. He had no choice but to say, I don't know how this works, but it obviously works because you're doing something. This is not normal to get a spot either in front of the apartment or on the street when you ask for it this many times. He didn't know, but now he trusted it because he saw it. So I implore you, if there's people that you know that know nothing about it, you can use that. This has worked for me. And like I said, the more it works, the more it's going to give you a confidence, and you're not going to care anymore anyway. Okay? So trust is a huge piece of this. So now I implore you to go out there and practice this and learn this new language through the universe, because that's what it is. And do the best you can. If you want to reach out to me, feel free. I love interaction. I love conversation on this. I love people that doubt it, because we can have a conversation on that too. I don't like fighting. I like conversation. And I like interconnecting with all kinds of different people. So if you have someone that wants to talk about it, if you want to talk about it more, reach out to me. My email is my name. It's Jodi, J-O-D-I-K, Jackson, Jodi K. Jackson @gmail.com. Reach out to me whenever you like. I'm actually on WhatsApp also for my international friends. And my number for that is 1 is the country code for the US, 646 260 0236. I'm in the process of getting up my website. That was not one of my it was not one of my goals to do right now. So I'm putting it up now. That name for that one is going to be Restore You Coaching and Reiki.com. Okay, Restore You Coaching and Reiki.com when it comes up. So that's every way you can get in touch with me. I believe I might have given Life Coach University more than that. There's one more place you can go. I don't have it memorized, so I have to look at it here. It's on the Square site. I have a page there. If you want to book in with a discovery call for this or anything else, I have different things you can choose. You just book in with the discovery call. You're going to see it's not going to cost anything. You click on that. You put in the date whenever you want to do it. It'll come straight to me. And then we can do it like this, and we can do a Zoom call this way. We could do a Zoom call the other ways too, if you want to email me, whatever you want, but that's how the Square will work. And that is at restore-you-coaching.square.site line. Okay, so that's all the ways to get in touch with me. I see there's more people on here now, so I'm so glad this is being recorded. You can go back to the recording. Please ask me questions if you want to. Does anybody have any questions right now that they want to ask? Let me see. I'm going to go into the questions right here. Yes, I saw you, Mira. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Alina, I'm so glad you guys are here. My heart goes out to you. You guys are my heart. Thank you so much for coming here. Yes, we learn from our mistakes. Absolutely, Mira. So many people need to know that that is not a bad thing. And the more we can get that out there like a domino effect, that it's not a mistake, and make people feel and tell them what they can do, you know. So what, that there's a lot of people out there, you know, we're scared when we're talking to a lot of people, or, you know, whatever it is, different things scare us, you know. And so if we go into it scared, we're going to make more mistakes. So you can use these groundings that I've taught you. You could do the box breath. You could do the other modalities. Do whatever calls for you before you start something that you're not used to. And then we all know from learning other things, the first time you do it, I heard somewhere, the first time you do something gives you 80% of what you need to know to talk about it, just from doing it once. So imagine how much better you're going to do next time anyway. Get over that hurdle, do it the once, learn from it. Okay, so yes, the flow can't beat the flow. The flow is such a good place to be in. I'm so glad, Alina, you liked the exercises. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Alina. It took practice becoming this energy. I used to be such an angry person. I really was, from the way I grew up. And even honestly, bringing my vulnerability forward, I still have some of those anger issues. I really do. But now I have tools in my tool belt, and I know what to do to get away from that, because I immediately know when I'm blocked. I think back, okay, what did I do? What blocked me? Where did those blocks come from? And it does put me in a different place. So I don't have nearly as much anger and that low frequency energy that I used to. And I've called to so much more in my life that's a higher energy. So yeah, when you have that higher energy in your life more often than that lower energy, that flow you're just going to experience will be amazing. And that flow is what brings your manifestations. That's what does it, you know? So does anybody else have any questions? Let me see. Let's see. I can't see everybody. Raina, do you have any questions? I'm so glad you're here, Raina. Definitely watch the replay if you weren't here for the whole thing. I know something like this would help you. Absolutely, without a doubt. I am so confident that, you know, it would help any of you. So let's see. How often do I do these exercises, Raina? It depends on what it is. So when the box breath, if I don't know if you saw that, if you came on for that already, the box breath is something so small to do and so easy, and you can do it anywhere, that's a tool I probably use most often. If I feel that someone made me angry in the grocery store, you know, I am so careful with COVID right now. And I will get angry if somebody's too close to me. And I try not to, but, you know, I'll say in a positive way, but so much, depending on how they respond to me. Usually they respond to me well, and I'm very thankful and I'm very grateful. Sometimes they don't. If they don't, I need to leave the grocery store, because I'm usually checking out anyway when they're really close to me, and go in and do my box breath. The steps for manifesting, do that a couple times a week, once a week. It depends on, you know, if, you know, maybe as the closer it gets, you know, when you want it, you know, if you're thinking about it all the time, that's a really big thing, to keep it in your mind and to think about it and to just envelop yourself with how it will feel to have it. Think about that all the time. Picture, what is this going to feel like to have it? That's huge. And if you want once a week, twice a week, ask the universe again. I can go further if you guys want to know more about manifestation circles and victim circles, more you can do to get yourself out of the funk, out of the block. So if you want to know more, you can get in touch with me. I will be doing these once a month now. And I can explore. You can tell me you want to learn something new, you want to explore more on this. I'm up for anything. I'm just so passionate about it and love talking about it that I can just keep talking about anything. So you tell me what you want. I am just absolutely loving this Life Coach University and what we can learn. I love watching other coaches too. I love doing them, you know, listening to them, and then going out and doing my own pay it forward. And so with that, I'll bring up the pay it forward program again. I really, really hope, if you've never been here before, that you love what Life Coach University is doing. I think it's amazing. Probably said that a million times now, but if you want to, if you feel it, the way to get this energy moving and be a domino effect is go out there and pay it forward in your own way. Make it something big, make it something little, make it whatever calls to you. But paying it forward gets the next person to pay it forward. It puts them, if they're in that low energy, into that higher energy, into that higher frequency, for them to go pay it forward. And it just causes this domino effect. So please go out and do that however you can, whatever you want to do. Personally, I love small things. I love small baby steps. It shows people that they could do small. The small is just as important as big. So if you want to do small, go out there and do small. Okay, our hour is up. I thank you so much again, and I look forward to seeing you again. So have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful life, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.